Fans adore Dairy Queen for its addictive frozen treats and high-quality ingredients, but there are some menu items best left unordered, according to customers and employees who work behind the scenes. We sussed them out so you don't have to. If you know anything about Dairy Queen, you know their blizzards are supposed to be the thickest shakes around. So thick that when they're turned upside down, you won't lose a drop. The upside-down party trick serves as instant quality control. If a blizzard was made correctly, the spoon will stay in the cup and none of the candy or precious soft serve will spill onto the counter. And according to tradition, if a blizzard fails the flip test, you get a free one. That said, former Dairy Queen manager Christy Messner revealed on Quora that the promotion is up to each individual owner. If they don't want to participate, they don't have to. She explained, "The true catch to upside down or free is the next blizzard is free, not the one that failed its flip. So the idea is for you to come back another time to receive it."
Who's up for Dairy Queen?
Dairy Queen!
Some locations don't flip the Royal Blizzards, since they have a liquid core that would be problematic. And if you're in a group, expect only one blizzard to get flipped, another DQ employee said in the thread. Same goes if you order a bunch at the drive-thru window. So while it's an iconic promotion, the odds of you scoring a coupon for a free blizzard might be longer than you think. In 2022, DQ introduced a new line of stack burgers. The goal was to entice customers to order a meal before dessert. But there was a problem. One Dairy Queen customer laid it out on Reddit, writing, "When my location switched to stack burgers, they also apparently changed the patties, and they are way worse, almost school lunch tier." Others quickly sounded off, saying the change was the quote death of DQ. Others thought the quality of meat was lower. One former fan wrote, "The smaller patties dry out and are not juicy and flavorful like the larger single patty. Plus, the texture is nasty." And a final Redditor summed it up, saying, "The stack burgers are a disaster. I won't order another one." While some commenters thought the burgers were seasoned better than the previous patties, the detractors were backed up by a reviewer from The Takeout, who tried all 5 stack burger offerings and concluded, "All of Dairy Queen stack burgers feature pale beef with a strange, slightly springy texture that reminds me somewhat of breakfast sausage. There's no flavor to the meat itself. We had the same problem with each one, the beef." They said the texture reminded them of breakfast sausage instead of a burger, and didn't have the savory flavor they expected. Newsflash, Dairy Queen soft serve isn't technically ice cream. Ice cream is defined by the Food and Drug Administration as having at least 10% butterfat, but Dairy Queen's product only has 5% butterfat. Early on, this mix was legally referred to as ice milk.
First, you fill the crevice of the cone, followed by making 2 balls, then a flick of the wrist, and you have the perfect curl.
If your DQ soft serve tastes rich, it has to do with how much air is mixed into it, which is called overrun. As one former DQ franchise owner explained on Quora, too much overrun creates a pockmarked appearance and chewy texture. Too little, and the resulting product will be dense and yellowish, the former owner explained. While most ice cream contains 100% overrun, 50% air, DQ soft serve has only 40% overrun. This unique combination gives DQ soft serve a richer, creamier texture and taste while using a lower fat product. If your typical soft serve order is chocolate rather than vanilla, you might find DQ a disappointment. A DQ employee commented on Reddit that the chocolate soft serve can often be runny, and fellow employees chimed in, explaining that sometimes it happens when chocolate isn't being requested often enough, so the mix inside the machine isn't churned to stay frozen. Apparently, some DQ locations don't offer chocolate at all.
I need chocolate.
One Quora user said DQ required franchise owners to purchase new soft-serve machines in 2017 to the tune of $15,000 each. They explained that every DQ must have vanilla soft-serve in one machine barrel and a backup in case the first one fails. Soft-serve machines at DQ only have 2 barrels, so making chocolate soft-serve means a store would need to purchase 2 machines, a luxury they may not be able to afford. If you simply must have chocolate soft-serve, you'll have the best shot of getting it at Dairy Queen locations that also sell ice cream cakes. Why? They need chocolate soft-serve to make them. If you're happy with your vanilla cone but want the crunchy, chocolatey dipped shell over top, you order it at your own risk, according to one DQ crew member over on Quora. The same is likely true for any hard shell dips, given their advice. It's not about the dip itself, but how often those areas are cleaned.
Dairy Queen closes in 10 minutes.
When one user asked which DQ menu item to avoid, this former employee was adamant. The hard shell dips. They're the least healthy, and also the most likely to have anything gross in them.
When they get larger, they're a little bit top heavy, and what happens is a lot of kids will do this because they're afraid, cone falls off.
The blades that mix the blizzards are cleaned between each use, and the soft-serve machines are sanitized frequently, in most cases at least daily. But the employee added, the containers that hold the dips and keep them heated so they don't solidify are dodgy at best. Unfortunately, this likely goes for all of the hardshell dips. Dairy Queen currently offers the classic chocolate dip along with the confetti cake dipped cone that quickly became a fan favorite on TikTok when it debuted in early 2024. For fans who mourned the loss of the cherry dipped cones, there was good news when it was announced in 2024 that the cherry dip was back for a limited time. With flavors like these in the mix, you might be tempted to throw caution to the wind. When you stop at Dairy Queen, the emphasis is likely on sweet treats, not the hot food on offer. And while DQ has clearly had success with its meal offerings, or it wouldn't keep serving them, some of the hot items are better than others. One former DQ employee revealed on Quora that the grilled chicken might not be grilled on site at all, posting, "Our grilled chicken doesn't have to be grilled. It can be microwaved for 45 seconds, since it comes to us pre-cooked." Another DQ employee in the thread explained that while it might not be grilled on site, the chicken is probably grilled at some point, writing, "Did you notice the grilled chicken has grill marks on it? It is pre-cooked, more specifically grilled. It is grilled at another location, frozen, and then delivered to DQs where they heat them up again to a temp of 165 or greater and serve them for their sandwiches. You can decide if you want reheated chicken. Sometimes it still hits the spot." But another former DQ employee on Quora said that while the desserts are high quality, some menu items like the signature sandwiches are frozen until a customer orders one. Food for thought. While French fries seem like they should be an ideal accompaniment to your Oreo Blizzard, that's not always the case at Dairy Queen. One Redditor posted a picture of their 3-piece chicken strip meal in which the fries don't even cover the bottom of the box. A few DQ employees responded that it looked normal, since fries are added by weight to keep the amount consistent. Others said regardless of whether it's normal or not, the serving of fries isn't great. Paltry fry servings seem to be an ongoing theme, as a separate Reddit thread in 2023 showed a similar issue. Some DQ employees agreed the amount in the box was less than it should have been, and one person added that the discrepancy might be due to the manager, saying, "Unfortunately, some owners purposely tell employees to put less than a regular fry to try and save money, so it could be bad owners or just a genuine accident." Regardless of how many fries customers get, the debate about the DQ fry quality is rampant online. Some Redditors claim DQ fries are some of their favorites among fast food chains, especially when they're hot from the fryer. Others said they perpetually taste stale, go cold quickly, and are among the worst fast food fries. The beauty of Dairy Queen franchises is owners can make tweaks to their offerings that suit their local area. The downside for customers, though, is that prices can vary from store to store, including the cost of dipping sauces. Some locations don't charge for sauces at all, while others charge for each one.
You dip chicken too? Wow, you guys dip a lot of stuff around here.
Some DQ employees on Reddit said customers who ask for numerous sauces and expect them for free have an impact on the cost of goods. The stores purchase the sauce packets, but it's up to owners whether they pass that charge on to the customer. And the price you pay is as varied as the number of stores you visit. Some Redditors said their locations charge 50 to 75 cents per sauce. Others charge for special sauces like queso or gravy, but not for anything else. Still, another location said the first couple are free, and they charge for extras beyond that. In a separate thread, one customer posted a picture of a handwritten sign in the DQ drive-thru window saying their extra sauces were 52 cents each, an odd amount the customer was frustrated with. Needless to say, if you're the type who needs a rainbow of sauces with your chicken strips, be prepared to pay a little extra just in case. Roughly 2 years ago, several Redditors noticed that DQ updated its app, and the menu deals disappeared. One complained, "Every time I check, it always says no new deals. The old app always had at least a few deals every day." Other users quickly chimed in, saying they had the same experience. Some noted that the deals worked if they were already in the DQ parking lot, but wouldn't load ahead of time. In another thread, a customer said they used to have 4 or 5 deal options per week, but there had been nothing in the several weeks since the app refresh.
We better hurry because the Strawberry Blizzard special at the Dairy Queen only lasts till 5.
In 2018, a woman sued Dairy Queen because her mobile app said her local DQ was participating in a free Blizzard promotion. When she showed up, the store said they weren't, but the attempt to scan the coupon made it ineligible at other locations. She ultimately had to drop the case because even using the app meant accepting DQ's terms of service. One last coupon caveat, DQ gives you a birthday offer to use within 7 days of your birthday, but be aware that you must have purchased something from the chain in the previous 45 days to be eligible. You can concoct almost any flavor combination of Blizzard that strikes your fancy at Dairy Queen. And some limited-time Blizzards take the creativity up a notch, but others sometimes miss the mark, including a recent offering that left some customers wanting more. The Red Velvet Blizzard is billed by Dairy Queen as red velvet cake pieces blended with cream cheese icing and vanilla soft serve. Sounds delicious, but one Redditor wasn't impressed. In their view, it was just brownie chunks that were dyed red. They wrote, "I know that red velvet is a type of chocolate cake, but this was straight up brownie, barely a hint of red velvet taste. Does my Dairy Queen location just suck? Or is this how they all are?" Red velvet cake contains unique ingredients like cocoa, vinegar, and buttermilk. And historically, when the cocoa was mixed with vinegar or buttermilk, the resulting cake had a reddish tint. Today, however, it's common practice to add red food coloring to boost the color. The DQ ingredients for the cake in the Red Velvet Blizzard contain cocoa, but buttermilk and vinegar are nowhere to be seen. It does contain the food dye Red 40, but it might fall short of the true Red Velvet standard. Then again, what does red actually taste like?